Krishna. So welcome to the online Bhagavad Gita Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today is very auspicious Ekadasi day, so we will discuss on the very important subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam. So before we start, let us for our obeisance to our spiritual master do a Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jnanatimirandasya Jnana Anjana Salakaya Chakur Nimiletanjena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much. Today is very auspicious day to hear the Krishna Katha. Every day is very auspicious. Krishna Katha means Srimad Bhagavatam is so auspicious that by reading any day it brings you auspiciousness. Sadasebhya Bhagavatam Katha iti Jasya Sravana Matrena Harim Chitam Samsrayat. So it is stated that by reading every day Sadasebhya Bhagavatam Katha iti, every day Nityam Bhagavata Seva Bhagavati Uttama Sloki Bhaktir Bhavati Naistkiri. So the by hearing by serving means by hearing Bhagavatam, what will happen? Harim Chitam Samsrayat. So that is the important, and particularly today is very auspicious day, Ekadasi day. So it's very 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 auspicious to hear this Srimad Bhagavatam. So purifying, so much immense blessing. We can invoke the immense blessing of the Lord by hearing the Krishna Katha. So and one more verse from Padma Purana, it is said that Tamadi Devam Karunanidhanam Tamalabannam Suidavataram Apara Samudra Apara Sansara Samudra Setu Bhajamai Bhagavatam Swarupam. So it is stated that Apara Sansara Samudra Setu, this material existence is like an insurmountable ocean, and this Bhagavatam is like Krishna. Bhajamai Bhagavatam Swarupam, Krishna Soyam, none different from Krishna, literally incarnation of the Krishna. By hearing, one can get all benediction and benefit. So today's topics is very very important topics, because today is that what is the danger and destination of Pata's household? Because most of the people are so much attached to householder, they have forgotten their goal of life, purpose of life, the mission of human form of life. Because they are ignorant that how danger if we are so much attached to this family affair. 99% of people of the world, they have forgotten their mission of human form of life, their purpose of life, their goal of life, just owing to they are so much attached to household life, a family, relatives, wife, family, relatives, etc. So they do not know how it is dangerous, how pathetic it is, how the destination, if they know the danger and destination of the attachment, and they will never attach to the household. So our Hare Krishna movement, Srila Prabhupada established to educate people, because people are out of ignorance only, they do not know what is right and wrong. They have no idea. So today's beautiful verses, Srimad Bhagavatam, Kapil Dev, this Kapil Dev is Krishna's incarnation of Krishna, so he is Supreme Lord. So he is speaking, he is teaching this, instructing this very very paramount important lesson, that how this attached householder, how the danger and destination of the attached householder, how we can be bound by the illusion, how we can be entangled by our attachment to the household life. So today verses is we can go to today verse is 3:30. This all three Canto 3 and 30 chapter is beautiful chapter. One can read So this is 330:18 actually. 330, all the verses is very very important. You can go through all the things. So here it is say that evam kutumba bharena व्याप्रीतात्मा जितेन्द्रिय मिर्यते रुदातं स्वानम उरुवेदनायस्तधीहि evam kutumba bharena. The translation you can see that here it is beautifully translated that thus the man who engaged in the you can see here, I can show you the entire screen so that you can go see here. Thus the man who engaged with the uncontrolled sense in maintaining a family dies in great grief, seeing his relatives crying, he dies most pathetically in great pain without consciousness. See, thus the man who engaged with uncontrolled sense in maintaining a family dies in great grief, seeing his relative crying, he dies most pathetically in a great pain without consciousness. Purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In Bhagavad Gita it is said that at the time of death one will be absorbed in the thought which he cultivated during his lifetime. A person who had no other idea than to properly maintain his family members must have family affair in his last thought. That is the natural sequence for a common man. The common man does not know the destiny of his life. He is simply busy in his flash life, maintaining his family. At the last stage, no one is satisfied with how he has improved the family economic condition. Everyone thinks that he could not provide sufficiently because of his deep family affection. He forgets his main duty of controlling sense, improving his spiritual consciousness. So here it is say, so here it is said that how the dangerous of the human form of life, the attachment to the household life. The house of life, they do not know that they are so much due to familial attachment. They have no idea that they have lost their lost their purpose of life to develop the spiritual consciousness. Srila Prabhupada said in purport that how they have lost that. They think so much attached, so much to family, to maintain the family. They are so much attached and forgot it. And everything that starts with this, when there is a union of man and woman. As soon as there is a union of man and woman, and there is a attachment comes. That is also stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.8 that Punsa Striya Mithuni Bhava. It is said that Punsa Striya Mithuni Bhava Punsa Striya Mithuni Bhava Etam Toir Mithu Punsa Striya Mithuni Bhava Etam Toir Mithu Hudayaganti Mahur Aho Ato Gruhaketra Sutapta Vitai Ato Gruhaketra Janasya Maham Aham Mameti. As soon as there is a man and woman, they unite. As soon as they unite, then there is a attachment developed. What attachment? Familiar. Aho Gruhaketra. They want a house. They want sutapta, they want children, they want social prestige. In this way, their illusion has been expanded. Illusion has been expanded. That is the root cause of this family attachment, root cause of all the bondage. Because as soon as this man and woman unite, there is a automatic attachment is there. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada say that it is said that in this world, the attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. That is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of that misconception which ties together the heart of male. This is misconception, and one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, wealth. In this way one increases the life illusion and thinks in terms of I and mine. So this is the problem, that how one is entangled. In the very beginning, what happened when they united, then they are thinking of the property, children. They become so attracted to their body, home. They need a home. They need the children. They need relatives to maintain the relatives, to and the prestige and the society. In this way, they increase I, me, mine, expanded. Oh, he is my wife, he is my children, he is my society, he is my country. In this way, they expanded. So they are so much attached to this family. So much attached to, they are so much entangled in its complexity. That is the problem. That is, as soon as we are so much attached, this is the root cause of why you are attaching. As soon as we get married, by uniting male and female, that attachment comes. And this attachment is so strong, to escape is very, very difficult. It is said in Bhagavatam that, so it is very nicely spoken by the Prahlad Maharaj, that how can one person who is most affectionate to his family, the core of his heart being always filled with these beautiful verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 2, canto 7, 6, 11, 13, 11, 12, 13, 3 verses. How can a person who is most affectionate to his family, the core of his heart being always filled with their pictures, give up their association? Especially wife is always very kind and sympathetic, always pleases her husband in solitary place. Who could give up the association of such a dear and affectionate wife? Small children talk in broken language, very pleasing to hear, and their affectionate father always think of their sweet word. How could he give up their association? One's elderly parents, one's son, daughter are also very dear. A daughter is especially dear to her father, while living at her husband's house is always in his mind. Who could give up that association? Aside from this, in household affairs, there are many decorated items of household furniture. And there is always an animal, servant. Who could give up such comfort? The attached householder is like a silkworm which weaves a cocoon in which it becomes imprisoned, unable to get out, simply for the satisfaction of two important senses, the genital and the tongue. One is bound by the material condition. How can one escape? See how this is very difficult. One cannot escape from this household life. Two things are there most important, tongue and genitals in household life. Tongue means the sweet word of the wife, broken language of the children, and this sweet word, one is captivated. And the food, and nice food preparation, delicious preparation. So the man who enter into the family life, he entangled by this tongue attraction, by the tongue. And genital also, he wanted to enjoy the sex with the wife in a solitary place. In this way, one is entrapped so pathetically, so strongly, that he cannot escape. How can he leave? How can Prahlad Maharaj saying it is very impossible for a family man who is so attached to the wife, children, to leave that, because the natural attraction is there. The natural attraction of broken language of the children, sweet word of the wife, and the sex life, that cannot be, very difficult to forsake. Therefore, they are very difficult for for anyone who is attached to household life to escape from this attraction, escape from these captivations. That causes the material bondage. That causes. They have no idea this so-called this is beautiful. The purport also Prabhupada has given very nicely. We can go through a little purport to see how Prabhupada explained that. In household affair, the first attraction is the beautiful and pleasing wife. That is the first attraction of the household life. And who increases the household attraction more and more? One enjoys his wife with two prominent sense organs, namely tongue and genital. The wife speaks very sweetly. This is certainly an attraction. And then she prepares very palatable food to satisfy the tongue. When the tongue is satisfied, one gains strength in other sense organs, especially the genitals. Thus the wife gives pleasure in sexual intercourse. Household life means sex life. And Maithunadi Grahamedi Sukhamitucham. This is encouraged by the tongue. Then there are children. A baby gives pleasure by speaking sweet word in broken language. Then when the sons and daughters are grown up, one becomes involved in their education, marriage. Then there are one's own father, mother to be taken care. One also becomes concerned with social atmosphere, with pleasing his brother, sister. Man becomes increasingly entangled in household affair. So much so that leaving them become almost impossible. Thus the householder become griham andhakupam, a dark well into which the man has fallen. For such a man to get out is extremely difficult unless he is held by a strong person, a spiritual master, who held the fallen person with a strong rope of spiritual instruction. A fallen person should take advantages of this rope, then spiritual master and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, will take him out of dark way. So how is it is very important how Prabhupada's very nice purport has given, that how the male and female, when they are entering into household life, and first attraction to their wife, because wife talks very sweetly and prepare very sweet prasadam, palatable food, in this way they are entangled. And sex life, three things are very important. And then by that tongue there is a say other sense, and the other sense organ becomes strong like a sex, and then children will produce, and in this way, so many way they are entangled. This is very difficult, extremely. Prabhupada said that it is extremely difficult for any household man to come out from this, attachment. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj say that this is very sukhami tucham, It say that it is very, in this way they are entangled, and they do not know what is the danger of this attachment. It is stated here that you can see here beautiful 429-53 verses. This is beautiful verses that how it shows the really the pathetic situation of a household life, how it is dangerous. How danger. We will speak about the destination light later and solution also later, but see that how dangerous, how the household life. My dear king, 429-53 of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that, my dear king, please search out the deer who is engaged in eating grass in a very nice flower garden along with his wife. The deer is very much attached to his business. He is enjoying the sweet singing of bumblebees in his garden. Just try to understand his position. He is unaware that before him is a tiger who is accustomed to living at the cost of another flesh. Behind the deer is a hunter who is threatening to pierce him with the sharp arrow. Thus the deer death is imminent. See how important, how very instructive verses this was. It is said that it's just like a household life is just like a deer who is munching the grass with his wife and very happily hearing the sweet bumblebees, sound of bumblebees, just like a household life is enjoying with wife and hearing the broken sweet language of the children. But he does not know, just like a deer does not know, in front of the deer is the tiger. He is waiting to kill him, and behind him is the hunter who is ready to pierce with arrows. He is surrounded by all these dangerous things, and his life is say that the deer death is imminent. There is no question we can escape. The death is imminent because in front of the deer is tiger and behind is the hunter. Similarly, exactly this analogy is given. The household life is like exactly same thing. Before him the tiger is the time factor who is killing him, is ready to kill. And all this perplexity is behind, who is ready to pierce him in the arrows. So there is no question of a householder can escape. Therefore, in this verse it is stated that they are in grief. They are in grief and they die in grief by seeing the all relatives, etc. They die in grief. That is the problem. I have seen, you see, at the time of death, what happens actually, these people, whenever the doctor says that, no, I am your father is having 4 hours, 3 hours time, or 1 day time, the relatives, first thing they do, they call all these relatives, friends, colleagues together along with children. And that person, very unfortunate and very poor guy who wanted to at least remember Krishna or God, by seeing all the different grade of relatives, their grandchildren, etc., he was more and more in grief because of his attachment. He has so much grief that he is going to separate from him. In that grief, in a very pathetically way, he departed the world. He died very pathetically. Not that happily died. They say that, oh, this person is happily died. There is no question of happily died. Who died with material consciousness, who died with so much attached to family life. He never died happily because he is in grief by the separating from his relatives, friend, children, grandchildren. This RIP then, and not only that, they say that RIP, rest, may your soul rest in peace. The soul will never rest in peace. After the death, they will go to hell actually. In next verses, I will show you what is the destination of those years. Now let us discuss about some danger. These are the danger. This is the danger how the Bhagavatam is saying. The next verses that how it is dangerous. It is said that in 425:6, there are beautiful verses that it is This is a beautiful verses from Bhagavatam. It is said that those who are interested only in so-called dutiful life, namely remaining as a householder entangled by son and wife and searching after wealth, think that such things are life ultimate goal. Such people simply wander in different types of body throughout the material existence without finding out ultimate goal of life. See, that is the beautiful. Without finding out ultimate goal of life, they are wandering in this material existence with different body. Because they are so much attached. This is the situation now. People are so much attached to the material life, and they are material life, and they wanted wealth for to maintain the family. In this way, so much entangled. And what is their destination? They are searching after wealth. Everybody is now, morning to night. They are so much busy, working, hustling, bustling to the office, exceedingly busy life, enormous stressful life undergoing. Still, they are searching after wealth. Everybody wants money. Everybody, because they want to maintain their family. And they are thinking that this is a life goal. If I have got money, I can maintain the family nicely, then my life is successful. But in spiritual context, this is the most ignorant thing. Because that's it. First of all, you will be frustrated. Second of all, you will die in grief. Third of all, you will go to hell. How danger, and this is the danger and destination of household life. So here it is said that for those persons who are so much attached to their wife and children, and searching after wealth day and night, and kutumba bhar, what they do according to Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami is speaking, what they do every day. Divya cha arthe kutumba bharena. In the daytime, they go and search after money, and night what they do? They engage in either sleeping or sex life. This is the what household life, nothing else. That is Sukadeva Goswami. I will show you the verse. Sukadeva Goswami is speaking this verse in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, in the very beginning actually, that how the household life is so entangled. Nidra hiryate naktam vyavahena chababhaya divya cha arthaya radhan kutumba bharanena ba. Lifetime of such an envious householder is passed at night, either in sleeping or in sex life, in sex indulgence, and in the daytime either making money or maintaining the family life. This is the situation of this all the household life. Therefore, they are so much entangled, and they die in that grief very pathetically. And it is this is the all danger of this year. So what, and for what they are doing? Very trivial thing. They have no idea. This is very trivial thing. It is a beautiful verses. Prahlad Maharaj saying, "Yan mauthnadi graham medi sukham itucham." Sukham itucham kandunena karo viva dukham trapanti. How much it is so miserable. They are thinking they are happy, but that is miserable. They are thinking this life of the engagement with wife and children, all this attachment of household life is a very happy life, but it is very very dukkham. It is here sitting dukkham trapanti neha kurpana bahu dukkha bajat kandutyam manasijam visahet dhira. See, Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj bang on. This is completely is telling how very strongly he is speaking against that household attachment of household life, because that attachment of household life, which is the basic principle of sex life and attachment to the children and searching after wealth, that is all very tuchha, means very trivial happiness. Trivial. Yan mauthanadi gaurgaham medi sukham itucham kandunena karo iba dukkha, but very miserable. For that little bit of drop of happiness, we are so much entangled. We have lost the mission of human form of life. We are wandering in this material existence since time memorial, different body, wandering in this material existence with different body, because of simply what is that attachment? Sex life. That is compared to it. Here it is say that, I will show you beautiful translation, is compared to robbing of two hands to relieve an each, just like eaching we relieve and robbing. Grahamedi, so-called grahastha who have no spiritual knowledge, think that this eaching is greatest platform of happiness, although actually it is a source of distress. The crippled and the fools who are just opposite to Brahman are not satisfied by repeated sensuous enjoyment. Those who are dhira, however, who are sober, who tolerate this eaching, are not subject to suffering of fools and rascals. See how strongly it has been said that this is just like a eaching sensation. The household life we are entering just for the matter of sex life, it is trivial happiness. and not that is the source of all misery. For the trivial happiness, little bit of we are thinking that it is happy, but actually it is the source of all misery. Bahu dukkha dukkha vadam. Bahu dukkha is source of all misery. That is the danger of attachment to the household life. And one more verses I can show you that how this dangerous is that. See, Brahma is speaking that, my dear Lord Krishna, until people become your devotee, their material attachment and desire remain thieves. Their homes remain prison. Their affectionate feeling for their family member remain food shackles. See, this is where they get like this is a imprisonment. Imprisonment. It is an imprisonment. Brahma is telling that my dear Krishna, until people become your devotee, their so-called material attachment, desire, remain thieves. Their homes remain prison. Your homes like prison. They are thinking they are happy, but it's a prison house. And their desire and attachment like a thief. And their affection feeling for their family member, even food shackle. That means they are imprisoned like a prisoner, like a criminal. They are imprisoned in this household life, like a jail. Not only that, but a householder whose mind is attached to his home, who is thus disturbed by ardent desire to enjoy the money and children, who is lusty after women, who is possessed of a miserly mentality, who intelligently thinks everything is mine and I am everything, is certainly bound in illusion. That is the beautiful verses 11, 17, 56. It is said that those who are so much thinking of their so much attached and have a ardent desire to enjoy the money and children, who is lusty after a woman, who is possessed miserly mentality, always thinking that I, me, mine, they are bound by the illusion. They are no knowledge, they are bound by all illusion. And door of liberation. What will happen if a illusion? They will be again taking birth, date, disease, old age. In this way, they will lose this opportunity of human form of life. They will undergoing all these miseries, too much misery. The doors of liberation are opened wide to one who has achieved the human life, but human being simply devoted himself to family life like a foolish bird in this story, then he is to be considered one who has climbed to a high place and only trip and fall down. So this verses 11, 7, 774 is spoken by the Lord Krishna to the Uddhava. This is the first chapter of Uddhava Gita, that he is telling that there are two birds and they have children. They are very happily enjoying that and want to maintain this small bird. They have so many children bird, and to maintain them they went to search for the food, just like we every day we go for searching for the wealth, and when they come back they see that the hunter have captured their children, and they were so much grief stricken and they are so much painful that this sea bird she wanted to rescue the children, and she also was caught. And the husband, the he bird, he also saw that my wife, my children, everybody has been caught by the hunter. They are going to die. What I will do? What is my life? And in this way, he also voluntarily got caught. In this way, whole family is died. Therefore, Krishna is speaking. Lord is speaking to Lord Krishna is speaking to Uddhava that this is the last verse of this story. The doors of liberation are opened wide to one who has achieved human life. Human life is very, very rare, and this is only life, human form of life, who has a prerogative of going, to get out from the material existence and go for liberation, achieve liberation. But if human being simply devoted himself to family life like a foolish bird in this story, he is to be considered as one who has climbed to high place, only trip and fall down. See, it's just like if you are so only attached to family life without thinking of your goal of life, to go back, to get out from material existence, to go back to Krishna, go back to God, spiritual world, and then what will happen? You are just like you are going to a place, going to high place and jumping, trip. Then death is imminent, death is inevitable. That is a foolishness. You are going to big place, high place like a mountain or big building and jumping down. That is foolishness. Death is just simply suicidal. Therefore, Lord Krishna is speaking to Uddhava. This is a very first chapter. is speaking that how danger if somebody is so much attached to family life and neglecting the spiritual dimension of life, spiritual consciousness. Therefore, today verses is that who dies without material consciousness. You say you can go back to today verses that who dies without material consciousness, what will happen to him? Thus, the man who engages with the uncontrolled sense in maintaining a family dies in great grief, seeing his relative crying, he dies most pathetically in great pain without consciousness. It is said that without consciousness he dies pathetically, because he doesn't have spiritual consciousness. He doesn't know that all this body and all this family life, this family relatives, everything is just temporary, transient, flickering. That he is thinking that all this relationship is permanent. This is this drawback. You can see here how it is. This is temporary only. It is say that Prahlad Maharaj is very much trusted when he was asked, what did you learn? Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu's father is asking Prahlad Maharaj, saying that beautiful verses, that how these people, they do not know, they are so much attached to this temporary family life. Family life is very transient. It's just like a meeting of a traveler or restaurant. We meet so many people, and after eating everybody disperses. Similarly, we are same thing. In a restaurant we meet so many people, but they are not our actual thing. We stay for some time. After we finish our business of eating food, then we disperse. Similarly, our family is like a temporarily we united, then we disperse during course of time. So here Prahlad Maharaj is telling that sadhumanya surya varya, beautiful verse. He telling tat sadhumanya asurya varya dehinam sada samudigna diham asadagrahat sada samudigna hitvatma patam griham andhakupam vanam gatayad dharim asrayat. Very beautiful verse, very instructive. This is Prabhupada always like to quote this verse. Tat sadhumanya asura varya. He is not telling his father, oh my father, oh Surya varya, the king of Asura. Sada samudigna diha. Samudigna means always anxiety. It is said that translation we can go. Prahlad Maharaj reply, oh best of the Asura king. I will show you the complete verses so that you can read also. So here it is said that Prahlad Maharaj replied, oh best of the Asuras, king of the demons, as far as I have learned from my spiritual master, any person who has accepted a temporary body and temporary household life is certainly embarrassed and by anxiety, because having fallen in a dark well where there is no water but only suffering. See, here it is said that those person who accepted the temporary body, temporary household life is certainly embarrassed and anxiety because of having fallen in a dark well. That means Prahlad Maharaj is saying that a household life is like a dark well, and there is no water, only suffering. The temporary household life, temporary household life and temporary body who has accepted that, and they are embarrassed by this because it's compared to a dark well where there is no water and suffering. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is telling one should give up this position and go to the forest and take the name of the Hari if really want to get out, escape from this danger position. Very precarious position. Precarious. Just like imagine you are fallen in a dark well and nobody there to rescue, and there is no water also. And that well, there is no water. You are fallen dark well, nobody is there to attend you. How you will be survived? Die pathetically. That is the position of household life. They are like a dark well, fallen in a dark well, and without water even. They are so much thirsty. They are so much suffering. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj's advice, now you better you give up and go to Varna forest and meditate on Krishna, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then you can escape it. That is what this instructive. That is the danger of this, this material life. And people do not, the household life, they do not know that how the temporary life is so dangerous, so pathetic. They have no idea that they are pathetically entrapped. In one of the verses 8:22-9, very nicely instructed that what is the use of material body? which automatically leaves its owner at the end of life. We are so much attached to our body, people are, people are so much paying so much money for this body, to cosmetic, to maintain this body, so much things. But it is said that Bhagavatam is very much instructive. Therefore, one should study Bhagavad, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Sadasevya Bhagavatam Kathayati. Bhagavata is so enlightening, so educating, that by hearing Bhagavatam one can be educated, one can be enlightened, one can be wise, one can be, one can get out from this, one can be sage. Page by page, reading the Bhagavatam page by page, one becomes sage and get out from this material cage. Before the age, before the so-called material age, he can go back to Krishna. That is the thing, how important. It is said that what is the use of this material body? We are so much attached to, which automatically leaves its owner at the end of life. At the end of life, you don't need to. We cannot even keep our body, who automatically. And what is the use of one's family member? We are so much attached to family member. I will maintain this family member. I am this, I am the, if I am not there, who can maintain the family member? That is our idea. We are thinking that if I do not exist, they will not survive. We are always concerned about our family members, who are actually plunderers, taking away money that is useful for the service of the Lord in spiritual opulence. See, very, very strong word. What is this family members who are actually plundering you, taking away the money? What is the use of them and spending money on them? And that money should be for the service of the spiritual opulence, for the service of the Lord in spiritual opulence. Everything belongs to Lord. Whatever you see, everything belongs to God. We are getting money, we are getting the sunlight, we are getting the moonlight, we are getting the rain, we are getting the grain, we are getting everything, we are getting oxygen. All our life sustenance is coming from the Lord. And instead of showing gratitude to Lord by giving him back, we are giving to the person who is really plundering. They are not giving anything. They cannot save us from the imminent death. They cannot save us going to, in this dangerous, precarious position. But we are giving money to them. That means they are plundering our money. So it is said that what is the use of that? What is the use of wives? Is only source of increasing material condition, because she expands, all children will come, as soon as the wife, husband, the children, in this way our material conditioning will increase. We more and more we entangle. And what is the use of family, home, country and community? Attachment for them merely wastes the valuable energy of lifetime. See, what is the use of this family, home, country, community? We are thinking, I belong to this community, I am this, I am Indian, I am American, I am British. So in this way, so what is the use of that? Because at the time of death, you cannot carry this status quo. You cannot maintain this status quo after this, at the time of death. After the death, you will take in another body in another country, another community, another family. You cannot maintain the status quo, same family. It is stated in Bhagavatam that you cannot maintain that. 11:17:53. It is said that, this beautiful say that the association of children, wife, relative and friend is just like a brief meeting of travelers. Just like we are traveling to some places, there are so many passengers together. This is just like a travelers. We are traveling for certain time. When the destination come, we will disperse. With each change of body, one is separated from all such associates. Just as one loses the object one possesses in a dream when the dream is over. So here it is said that very beautifully that that just like in a dream, when we possess a dream, we are thinking that, oh, I have got this one. Today I have got the $1,000, $2,000. But when awake from the dream, there is no $1,000, $2,000. So this family life, this attachment of family, home, relatives, is like a dream. As soon as there is a death, we are separated from that. No more, there is no dream. The dream is lost. Then we will have another dream in another body. In this way, we are dreaming of millions of lifetimes since time immemorial. And that dreaming will be finished when you awake up, just like a person is dream. And he awake up, then he knows that, oh, I am dreaming, I was actually dreaming. In the awake up stage, he knows that is all transient, temporary, that's just a dream. Similarly, when A person when is awakened by Krishna consciousness, God consciousness, with real knowledge, he understood that all this temporary household life or attachment to this household life is very transient, very temporary, very flickering, very fleeting, very fading, very what do you say, flying. So this is all useless, waste of time, binding, imminent death, so much danger. That is all the things. So therefore, one should not, it's like one should not, they say that one should not make a house on the bridge, just like a castle on the river bed. It will gone. The water will come and sweep away, wash away. So if you make a castle in the river bed, it will be washed away. So therefore it is said that these are transient. Not only that, this another places also the same reference is given. You see this very example, 6:15.3 of Bhagavatam. It is said that that how the family life is like a very so much transient. O king, a small particle of sand sometimes come together and are sometimes separated due to force of waves. The living entity who have accepted material body sometimes come together and are sometimes separated by force of time. So here it is said that in these verses that just like in a river, waves, because of waves, in a ocean or waves, so many particles, dust particles, they become together. Again they become separated when the waves are not there. In this way, our family, relatives, home, children, we together for some times, then during due course of time we also separated. So this is very transient. We should not be take as a permanent. And the problem is that due to attachment we are thinking we are permanent. No, we cannot maintain. We are enforced to be kicked out. You cannot maintain the status quo. We cannot live permanently with your husband, wife, association, position, your association, position, everything will be detached from you. Everything will be separated from you at the time of death. Everything. That knowledge should be there. That is called spiritual consciousness. Material consciousness, no knowledge. Therefore, they are very, they don't want to die. They are very grieved. While at the time of death, they are always very grieved. They die very unhappy. There is nothing called, see, he died very happily. Those who are attached householder, they will never die happily. Because they have been always in dangerous position. They are always in anxiety. Because of temporary body, temporary family life, Prahlad Maharaj says, Sada samudigna deham. Always in anxiety. At the time of death also they die pathetically in grief because of this attachment. Because of this attachment they do not want. So how dangerous this household life? How dangerous? It is said that, one of the verses that so it is said that deep, and not only that, but not only it is dangerous, what will happen after they die? So much attachment. Krishna says that at the time of death, whosoever remembers me, Ante Narayana Smriti, he will go back to me. Or at the same time, he said in Bhagavad Gita 8.6 that Yamyam maapi smaranam bhavat ajjantanta kalagamanam tam tame bhavati konteya sada bhava bhavita. Whatever the state at the time of death, you will get that state. So this attached household life, they died unhappily in grief, in separating their family members and all the things. So they pathetically. What is happening after they die? See, you see the verses. I will show you the beautiful verses. 3:30 Kapil Dev is instructing. So informating, and so much you feel like frightening actually. How? What reality actually? What is reality? Whether they died happily, whether they soul. Everybody, as soon as somebody dying, our material, our social media, our email has been flooded with RIP message. Rest in peace. May your soul rest in peace. But in actuality, does the soul rest in peace? Let us know from Bhagavatam perspective. Let us know from Bhagavata perspective whether first of all we know that person never died happily. From the Bhagavata perspective, how he was died so pathetically in grief. Now we are going to learn, and we also learned how dangerous the so-called household life, so much attachment to wife, children, and so much entanglement, so much illusion, like a imminent death. Just like it's like a deer who is munching the grass with wife and children, but in front of him is the tiger and behind is the hunter. That means his death is imminent. That is the danger of household life. Now we are going to learn that what is the destination of such attached household. So here it is said beautifully, at the death he sees the messenger of the Lord of death comes before him. See, their eyes full of wrath, in great fear he passes stools and urine. So we have seen that many times, we heard that how many people at the time of death they passes the urine and stool. We have experienced that many people. Why? He knows, he saw that attached house, he saw that messenger of death, Yamraj, Yamaduta has come to take. Because of so much attached to household life, he is sinful. He is sinful. He lost the mission of human life. Therefore, they have come to brought him to hell. That is what Bhagavatam saying. This is not I am saying, Bhagavatam is saying. So Kapila the Krishna himself is saying, Kapila is Supreme Lord, Krishna. At the time of death, he sees the Lord of death come before him, and with full earth, in great fear, he passes stools and urine. We have seen many of them. The symptoms is for many of them, particularly those who are materialistic, karmi. Then let us go through the next verses. As a criminal is arrested for punishment by the constable of the state, a person engaged in criminal sense gratification is similarly arrested by the Yamaduta, who bind him by the neck with strong rope, cover his subtle body, so that he may undergo severe punishment. See how dangerous it. This verses is so important. People do not know that. They are so much engrossed in overly and overwhelmingly engrossed in this material enjoyment, sense gratification. Everybody has sense gratification is like a opium, the opiate of the mass of the people. They are so much into sense gratification, illicit sex, intoxication. You see everyone, intoxication there. 99% are intoxication, captivated. Illicit sex, gambling and meat eating, all this sinful activity they are engaged. And it is said that they were arrested, just like a criminal is arrested. Yamaduta, they come at the time of death, arrested them. That is Bhagavatam is speaking. People have no idea. 99% they are engrossed in this sense gratification without knowing at the time of death how pathetic. Not only they die, unhappy and pathetically, but also after the death they are being arrested and given punishment, arrested by the Yamadut and taken away to the hell. Just like a criminal has been taken away to the prison house, has been given cane. Similarly, they have been given so much punishment they have been given. They have no idea that so much. It is stated because they are all, everybody, this is a natural propensity, proclivity of for human being for sense gratification. It is stated in one of the beautiful verses. I will show you that that is in 11.3.45, that we have this natural propensity. 11.3.45. Krishna is speaking to Uddhava. This verse is very good. See, this verse as Krishna is speaking to Uddhava, how this if an ignorant person who has not conquered the material sense does not adhere to Vedic incense, certainly will engage in sinful religious activity. Thus, his reward will be repeated birth and death. See, they are ignorant. They have no idea. They are not following the Vedic principle. They don't say what is this four prohibitive principle, no intoxication, no meat eating, no illicit sex. Why we are saying that? People say that why you are so much strict, Prabhupada. Prabhupada say that how dangerous, you will get rewarded, repeated birth and death. Krishna is speaking, you will get repeated birth and death if you do not follow the Vedic injunction. This is Vedic injunction. These four things, the four sinful activity, pillar of the sins, intoxication, gambling, meat eating, illicit sex, these are the four pillar of sins. Therefore, it is a Vedic injunction to prohibit, not to take it, not to accept, not to adhere to that, to adopt it. If any person, Krishna said, do not adhere to that, they will engage in sinful and irreligious activity, and reward is repeated birth and death. That is the problem. And in another verses, it is said that how people in the human form of life, people are so much engaged in this beautiful verses, in this material world, the conditioned soul is always inclined to sex, meat eating, intoxication. Therefore, religious scripture never actually encourages such activity. So they are always inclined to that. and they are always inclined, means they are always engaged in the sinful activities and irreligious activity. They were rewarded repeated birth and death. They are ignorant, they do not know. Therefore our movement to educate people how your destination, your life is so, your life is danger, your death is pathetic, and your destination is hell. That is the attached household law. That is Bhagavatam perspective. We can go to the next verse, that how what happened after the death. The next verses we can go. Here it is said that while carried by the constable of Yamaraj, he is overwhelmed with trembles in the hand. While passing on the road, is beaten by dogs. He can remember the sinful activity of his life. He is thus terribly distressed. This is the Canto 330, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All the verses you can go and read. Under the scorching sun, the criminal has to pass through road of hot sand with forest fire on both sides. He is whipped on the back by the constables because of his inability to walk, and he is afflicted by hunger and thirst. But unfortunately, there is no drinking water, no shelter, no place for the rest on the road. See, there is no water. Just like Prahlad Maharaj said, there is no water. Andhakupam. Griham Andhakupam. So there is no water, dark well, no water. While passing on that road to the abode of Yamaraj, he falls down in fatigue. Sometimes he becomes unconsciousness, but he is forced to rise again. In this way, he is very quickly brought to the presence of Yamaraj. Thus he has to pass 99,000 yojan within 2 or 3 moments. Then he is at once engaged in the torturous punishment. See, he is at once engaged in torturous punishment which he is destined to suffer. He is placed in the midst of burning piece of wood. See, the burning, and his limbs are set on fire. In some cases, he is made to eat his own flesh and have it eaten by others. His entrails are pulled out by the hounds and vultures of hell. Even though he is still alive to see it, he is subject to torment by serpents, scorpion, ghans, and other nature. And next, his limbs are looped up, torn asunder by elephant. He is hauled down. See how much, how much torture, people have no idea. This is spoken by the Sukadev Goswami, that Kapil Dev is speaking, that how much torture in hell life. They go to hell, how much they have been beaten, they have been burnt, been fire. They have got this body called Jatana body, punishment body. Although they will not die, they will suffer only. So they are burnt by the fire, their hand will be looped up, taken away, and their limbs will be taken away, leg will be taken away, thrown here and there. You imagine that your hand and leg will be thrown away, how painful it is. In this way, how they are so much painful. They have no idea that how their destination is so pathetic, so painful. They have no idea that so much attached to the material affair, household life, and engage in the sense gratification, overwhelmingly engage in the sense gratification. The consequence is so drastic, so dangerous, so dangerous. Therefore, the Vedic scripture is always, all the Vedic scripture are recommended that there should be detachment. You don't, Prahlad Maharaj said, Banaga, you go to forest. This household life only for 25 to 50. Then you go to Vanaprastha. You detach from your house. You go to cultivate Krishna consciousness. If you are so attached, you do not cultivate Krishna consciousness, and then in household life, then you will be in danger, and after death you will go to hell, and you get all torture. During your life you get torture, at the time of death you will get torture, pathetically die, and also after death also you will be suffering. So always, Bahu Dukkha Dukkham Bhajam. Bahu Dukkha Dukkha. 7.9.45 we studied that Prahlad Maharaj is speaking that Bahu Dukkha Dukkha Bhajam. Full of misery. Source of misery, full of miseries. So therefore one should be very, very careful, one should be very enlightened that how one should detach from the household life. One should not be attached. One should stay as a guest. It is stated in one of the verses that one should stay in the household life as a guest actually. It is there in 11.17.54 I think. 11.17.54 it is stated that how one should stay in a household life. It is stated that deeply considering the actual situation. See, those who are intelligent, they can deeply consider the actual situation of household life, how it is dangerous. So here it is stated in Bhagavatam 11:17-54, deeply considering the actual situation, a liberated soul should live at home just like a guest. So just like a guest you should not be so attached, just like a guest. They are not so attached, they come and go because they know it is just like, I am staying in a particular house or particular hotel room. It's just for a few moments, few minutes or few days or few years. I have to go, I have to get out. Therefore one should stay as like a guest without any sense of proprietorship or false ego. In this way he will not be bound or entangled by domestic affairs. That is the solution. Now we come to the solution. Now what is the solution for household life? They are so danger. Their destination is dangerous, their life is danger, their death is danger, everything is danger and danger, full of misery. What is the solution then? Yes, Srimad Bhagavatam never say only the problem, he given solution also. What is the solution? One should live in a household life as a guest, understanding, considering all this actual situation that it is all transient, it is all temporary. One should also like a guest. I am temporary person, I have to go back, I have to die. Therefore, I should not be so attached. I should cultivate spiritual consciousness so that I can get out from this material existence, go back to spiritual existence. That is the human form of human mission of life. That is the human mission of Nate Viddu Sartha Gatimi Vishnu. That is the human mission of life, to get out and go back to Vaikuntha, where there is no anxiety, no more danger, no more death, no more birth, no more disease. That is Vigata Kuntha iti Vaikuntha. Vigata Katha, Vigata Kuntha Tasmat Vaikuntha. Where there is a Vaikuntha means there is no Kuntha, there is no anxiety of birth, death, disease, old age. That is called Vaikuntha. So we can go back to Vaikuntha. So another solution has been given here in Bhagavatam, so what it is say that the very another things has been, another advice has been given. A householder devotee who worship me by execution of his family duty may remain at home, go to a holy place, or he is a responsible son, take a sannyasi. So you should one should take a sannyasi or go to holy places. In this he can purify. He can purify. Otherwise he will be entangled and wandering in this material existence. Therefore one should purify. Whole idea of Krishna consciousness movement is purifying us, because we are attached. We are attached to all these material things. How to detach? Bhakti means vairagya. Krishna consciousness means bhakti. What is this bhakti? Bhakti means jnana vairagya. There is no jnana and vairagya. What is this bhakti we are doing? Prabhu, I am a devotee. What is doing in household life? We are so much attached to household life. My daughter, my son, my wife. Once in a week coming to temple. What is the once in a week coming to temple and you are professing and projecting yourself as a devotee? Come on. This is not what actually is like a ICU patient in the house, the householder devotee. The beautiful verses, let me tell you, before I go to other verses. What is this householder devotee? They are thinking that, oh, I can do my house also like a altar, and I will stay your house with my wife and children. I have a little bit of chant, whatever the inattentive chanting, little bit of worship, and go once in a week, the evening program, and I am also devotee, I will go back to God. That is a slow process. That is not the proper way. That no temple. Why it is important to go to temple? Because we will have association of devotee, and we will hear, so that we will develop that detachment and knowledge. Bhakti means knowledge and detachment. We cannot say that I am a devotee, at the same time I am attached to family life. The so-called householder devotee has a problem. Therefore Prabhupada says that 75% householder life lost the chance of going back to Godhead. It's just like an ICU patient. You are in a house. We are all disease condition. We are in a ICU actually, critically diseased. Any moment we will die. We have no notice period. At least Parikshit Maharaj has got 7 days notice period. We have no notice period. Padam yad vipadam tesar. Every step is a danger. We are in ICU. ICU patients should be in hospital. That means we should be always in temple. Temple is a hospital. And we should be attended by doctor. Devotees are like a doctor. And we have also all the infrastructure is there, spiritual infrastructure. We have a deities, we have chanting, hearing, everything is there. Prasadam. In house is what? In a ICU, we are ICU patient. If you keep in house, his improvement, his health improvement will not be more. Sometimes he will be terminated because with the lack of doctors, attendance of doctor, because nobody is there. Nobody is there, no devotees association is there. And infrastructure is very less. Where is our altar, small altar, that up to there is no properly worshipping, no, we are not following like temple, all the rule and adhering to all rule and regulation. That kind of a mini ICU without proper resource infrastructure. That means the patient will die, lack of infrastructure, lack of doctor. So therefore, this household devotee always try to, as soon as they get a time, immediately they should go to temple and associate with devotee and hear the Krishna Katha, see the deity's form. In this way they will improve. That is what Prabhupada made this so many centers, so that give an opportunity to everyone to come to temple, come to the hospital, then only you will be cured. You are a critical disease condition, people, critically diseased, and you are not going to hospital. You are thinking that I can be cured at my home. I have an altar. I am offering prasadam. That is not possible. That is a slow process, stagnation. Therefore, there is a stagnation. It is rampantly seen and palpably felt that there is a stagnation for the household devotee, because they are a ICU patient. They are treating in the house. They are not going to temple very often. They should go to temple to get well. So then we can see how this is important. There is a beautiful verses. It is said that so one should deeply consider actual position and should live at home just like a guest, without any sense proprietary. So there is another very nice solution has been given. 7:15:74. This how the householder, attached householder, and attached householder devotee also, how they can escape from this. What is the solution? How can they escape from this attachment? How can they be cured? That is the beautiful solution is given. They are very important. Everybody should remember this verse. This verse is 7:15:74. The process of chanting the holy name of the Lord is so powerful that by his chanting, even a householder grahastha can very easily gain the ultimate result achieved by the person in the renounced order. Maharaj Yudhishthira, I have now explained to you that process of religion. That is Narada Muni is speaking. Narada Muni is a great devotee, and he is a Mahabhagavata, representative of Lord. He made so many devotees. His disciples are exalted like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Valmiki, what not. So many people he has made this, devotee. And here it is, he is giving a solution to Yudhishthira Maharaj, because Yudhishthira Maharaj is a householder. So he is asking how a householder can be disentangled from this attachment. Then here it is saying that the process of chanting the holy name of the Lord is so powerful that by chanting, even a householder grahastha can easily gain the ultimate result achieved by the person in the renounced order. See, this is the solution has been given. This is a householder, how they can get this ultimate success, because success is very slim for the householder, very slim. Therefore, Prabhupada say 75% of failure, 75% of the chances, they have lost the 75% of chances to go back home, go back to Godhead. Therefore, it is said that in these verses, Narada Muni is saying that yes, they can achieve the success just like a sannyasi is achieving a success. A sannyasi means renounced order of life who is not attached. He also he can easily get the success and go to Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavana. Similarly, a household life, although he is a householder attached to wife, children, family, he also can go back like a renounced order. How? By chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because it's so powerful. Holy name is so powerful. Lord has deposited all his spiritual magnificence, spiritual potency in his holy name of the Lord. Nama namakari bahuda nija sarva shakti tatrapi taniyamita smaranena kala etadrisi tava kurpa bhagavan mamapi. See, Lord is yajanunan anuraga. Duddaivam idistrim ihajanu anuraga. So, Lord is namakari bahuda nija sarva satyam satyam punaha satyam hare nama iva kevalam. Satyam Satyam. The holy name is so powerful, so efficacious, that even a householder can get out by chanting. That is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came and gave us this beautiful Maha Mantra which will save us from the onslaught of Maya, onslaught of household life, onslaught of material existence. That is the only solution Bhagavatam is speaking. Only solution. That you chant. Never mind you are a householder, but you chant. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama. Kalutad Hari Kirtanam. Everything is Hari. So here it is said that by chanting one can all agaham papam, even the ocean of sin you have, that will be eradicated in a moment by chanting the holy name of the Lord. So it is see, it is said that although not having fully realized, who have been once surrendered completely unto lotus feet, who have become attracted to his name, form, quality, pastime. 6119, it is there. This again is elaborated on the holy name of the Lord. See, if somebody is somehow attached to the name and form of the Lord, what happens? That he is freed from all sinful reaction. And even in the dreams of surrendered soul do not see Yamraj or his other carrier who are equipped with ropes to bind the sinful. See, we have read that how a householder was being taken by the Yamaduta and bind by the ropes taken by. Here it is said that whosoever chanting the name of the Lord, attached to the lotus feet, name, form, paraphernalia of the Lord, Yamraj will never see. He will never see the Yamraj in the dream even. He will never see the Yamraj in the dream. Neither Yamaduta also can come and can dare to even bind him with ropes. That is the benefit of all attracted to the Lord chanting. See, there is two kind of attachment. One is household attachment, where life is so dangerous, death is dangerous, and also after death destination is hell. And another attachment is the attachment to the Lord's holy name, Lord's paraphernalia, form, lotus feet. Here it is said that the Yamraj will never in the dream even, what to speak about in actuality, in reality they will come, they will not even dream also, they will not come. And that is also stated by Yamraj himself. Not only Krishna says this one, it is spoken in 6th chapter, even Yamraj himself is saying, no, don't go, he is instructing to his messenger Yamaduta, don't go to the person who is chanting your name. 6:327, it is said, beautiful verses. It is said that, yes, sadhava samdrisya bhagavata prapanna. It is said that my dear servant, please do not approach such devotee, for they have fully surrendered to the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, here it is said that do not approach to devotee those who are surrendered to. Nami bhaktya pranasyati. Lord has declared, Lord has not only he declared, he said, Arjuna, you may declare to the world. Why he is saying Arjuna to declare? Why he himself is not declaring? Sometimes he does not keep his own promise. For the sake of devotee, he sometimes, break his promise. But when a devotee promises on behalf of Lord, he never breaks. Therefore, he is speaking to Arjuna that Arjuna, name bhakti jani hi konteo name bhakta panasati. You may declare to the world, my devotee will never perish. That is the assurance of given. Once one is attached to Krishna, how to his name, to his form, to his lotus feet, then how much benefit. Yamaduta, you will never see Yamaduta in dream. And Yamraj himself is speaking, don't go, don't approach to those people. No, don't. Even Rama Rameti, it is said that one of the verses, Rama Astakam, not Rama Astakam, it is Rama Rakshastakam. It is said that bhajanam bhava bijanam bhajanam bhava bijanam and sukha sampada arjanam yamadutam tarjanam Ram Rameti Garjanam Ram Rameti Garjanam Ram Rameti. You take the name of Ram, Yamaduta Tarjanam. Yamaduta will fear. They will go away, flee from you. They will be fear and they will run away from you. That is the power of holy name. Ram Rameti Garjanam. Bhajanam Sarva all your papa sinful bija will be bhajanam means will be fried of burnt. And all sukha sampada, everything will come, all the wealth, prosperity, everything will come. And not only that, Tarjanam Jamadutanam. Jamadutanam will flee away from you. When you will chant the Ram Ramiti Garjanam, loudly chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. When you chant loudly, then all the Jamaduta will flee away, all prosperity will come, and all your sinful reaction will be redeemed. Sarvadharman parityada mamekam saranam vaja antam sarva papebhya mukhyasami ma sucha. See, that is the solution has been given for a householder who attached. Don't be attached to the household life. It is so dangerous. You should be educated, enlightened. No, don't remain ignorant. Ignorance is cause of material bondage. So it is said that how important that, therefore household devotee must, associate with devotee, come to temple. Don't stay in the household where 5 days, 6 days house, all your, just like, you are so many, 6 days you are in house, 1 day you are coming. And 6 days house means all the dirty things, just like in your room, you do not clean it. After 6 days, all this dirty be piled up, and 1 day you are going and cleaning it. No, more you clean, more you better clean, all dirty thing will be cleansed, so that you become elevate in Krishna consciousness. You will advance in Krishna consciousness. More you come to temple, more you associate with devotee, then you will be advanced in Krishna consciousness. Association of devotee means always Sravana Kirtana. Coming to temple means deity darshan, Sravana Kirtana, association of devotee, the discussion, bodhayanti parasparam kathanta cha mam bhakta mam nityam ramanti cha tushtanti cha. See, they always, the devotee means always come to temple. That is symptoms of devotee, not to stay at home like a ordinary householder. No, they should come to temple and discuss about the Hari Katha with devotees. That is the symptoms. Krishna says, madagata madachita prana bodhayanti parasparam kathayanta cha mam nityam tushtanti cha ramanti cha. That is the symptoms of devotee. You are not doing means how you declare yourself, Prabhu, I am also devotee, I am bhakta, I am kantimala, yeah, I am initiated. What kind of initiated you are? Initiation. And it is useless in the formality only. No initiation. You have to do the work. Na? This is no work. That is, you have to associate here. Hear about Krishna Katha. Always hear. Bhavosado. These are bhavosado. More you hear, more you detached. More you hear, more you get the knowledge, and more you and consequently will detach. Without knowledge, how can you detach? Without hearing, how can you get the knowledge? Therefore, the association is very important. Attachment to devotee. So here it is. So see, therefore, one of the verses I will show you 2-3 verses before I end this session. Beautiful verses, very 11, 26, 34. Krishna is speaking to Uddhava Gita. Sometimes next week we will start. I am thinking of starting this on the October 31st, the Damodar month. I will start this Uddhava Gita. How important the Uddhava Gita is. 11 canto, 7 chapter to 29 chapter Uddhava Gita. Very important. Here Krishna is speaking, Uddhava Gita 11, 26, 34. My devotee bestowed divine eyes, whereas sun allows my external sight. That only when it is rising in the sky. My devotee are once real worshipable deity, real family. So we are attached to the family life. Here Krishna says, my devotee is real worshipable deity, real family. They are one's own self. Ultimately they are non-different. See how important the devotee association, coming to temple devotee association. They are actually the real family. They are actually the real family. Therefore, it is said that one should learn how to, 11.3.30, Krishna says one should learn how to associate with devotee of the Lord by gathering with them to chant glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. A devotee thus develop their loving friendship. They feel mutual happiness, satisfaction, and by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up the material sense gratification, which is cause of all suffering. That is the point we are making it. This material existence, sense gratification process, and attachment, household life is very is the causes of all suffering. Therefore, it is said that paraspara anukathanam. This verse is very nice. What is this verse says? That paraspara anukathanam pavanam bhagavata jasa mitho ratir mithat tushti nirbhitta mithatmanaha. So it is said that when you are association of devotee and topics about Krishna Katha, pavanam bhagavata jasa, it purifying us. We will give up our sense gratification. Therefore, there is very incumbent, imperative, indispensable to come to temple, associate of devotee, and talk about the Krishna Katha, not to just remain in a household or attached to that. So final verses I want to see, one of the verses is very nicely, a devotee is praying that, "Oh my Lord," says, I'll show you this verses 9:462. These verses are gem verses. Those who are intelligent people, they will hear these verses. They will intelligent devotees. They are serious. They will, they will try to understand these verses. And those who are neophyte, they don't need to hear this kind of classes. No. So those who are intelligent, they will be interested. Neophyte, they are not interested. They don't want. They want to remain in the household life. They want to attach. They want to just prasadam realization. These verses are so important. 9:462. It is say that, "O my Supreme Lord, Supreme Controller, without knowledge of your unlimited prowess, I have offended your most dear devotee. Very kindly save me from the reaction. You can do everything. Even if a person is fit for going to hell, you can deliver him simply by awakening within heart the holy name of your Lordship." See how the holy name, that Krishna, even a person is going to hell, just like Radhamila, by chanting holy name, he can be delivered. These are the solution for the household life. Household life, these are the solution actually. Therefore, therefore one has to always associate with devotees and chant the holy name of the Lord, associate with devotee and associate with the Lord by chanting his name and sing the deity form attached to lotus feet. The last verses I will show you before winding up. This how we have now today we have learned two things. What we have learned? Attachment. Attachment to the household life, attachment to the Krishna. Same attachment we have. If we have attachment of household life, therefore we are entangled. We suffer a lot. We die pathetically, and after death we go to hell. But now here it is said that if same attachment we dovetail or we transport to Krishna, what is going to happen? Before we disperse the class, let us know the most gem of the verses. Prabhupada loves to quote these verses. Please take a notes of these verses. Prabhupada loves these verses very much. See, this is the verse 3:23-25. So 3:23-55. So this verses is very important. See, Prabhupada quoted these verses many times. The Sangha ye samsritar hetur astasu asassu bihita dhiya swaiva sadhusu krita. See, Prabhupada used this word very many of this lecture. Swaiva sadhusu krita nisangastaya kalpate. See, translation: association for sense gratification is certainly the path of bondage, but the same type of association performed with saintly person leads to path of liberation. If performed without knowledge, even if performed without knowledge. See, this is beautiful verses. The association for sense gratification is certainly path of bondage. This is the bondage, that is the danger and destination of the sense gratification or family life, attached householder means there is a license for sense gratification. So association for that household, attached household or for sense gratification is certainly the path, is certainly the bondage, is certainly the path of bondage. But the same type of association performed with saintly person leads to the path of liberation. If performed without knowledge also, somehow and other we associate with a liberated person, we will be saintly person, we will be liberated. So therefore it is said that always associate with devotee. Associate with devotee means associate with the Lord. Associate with Lord means chanting the holy name of the Lord. Lord association in this age of Kali, one has to associate with Lord by chanting his name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kalau Kesava Sankirtan. In Kali Yuga, in order to associate with devotee, Lord means associate with his name. Krishna say, I am there wherever there is my devotee chanting. Naham Vaikunthe Tishtami, Naham Vaikunthe Tishtami, Nacha Joginam Hudaveba, Nacha Joginam Hudaveba, Tatra Tishtami Narada Jatra Gayanti Madhavakta. So Krishna say that I stay there wherever my devotee is chanting my name, glorifying my name. So it is so this is the only solution for the attached householder. So they should be very consider all the things. They should not be attached. They should be stay like a guest, understanding that it is all transient, like a meeting of travelers, or meeting of or a meeting of people in a hotels. No, like a guest. No, or in a restaurant. So it is transient. Then one should stay as a guest, like a detached, and one should go back at 50 years. One should go to Banangachet. Harina Harim Hariga. Banagachan Dharim Harinama. Harinama means taking the name of holy name. So Hari name one should go to the forest, means temple or Vrindavan holy places one should go. If this way one is executing his household life by chanting the name, associating with devotees, and getting out after 50 years, detach everything and go to holy places and sincerely execute, and it is said that one will achieve this success just like a renounced householder achieve this success. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. मंत्रा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाय, एकादशी महाव्रत की जाय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।